Alright, how's it guys? Lourens here. Out here in the, I don't know what day is today, Thursday, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Kind of out here, as you can see, in the middle of nowhere, obviously by the ocean. And took the bike, one of our bikes, and just came out here kind of to come tell you about a story, about an experience, and at the same time kind of get your juices flowing as far as thinking about what you are experiencing at the moment, what you've experienced in the past, and just to let you know that I believe in you. I believe you can get this done. So the reason I'm doing this video is because I've been, as you know, I haven't finished school, right? If the wind is a mess, just bear with me a bit. I won't make this a long video. I'll try at least not to. I didn't finish school, so I left in the year I was 16. I finished that year of school and I passed, right? And after that, I actually had 2 years of school left, and so I decided that school just wasn't for me. So naturally that was a wrong decision, and it set me off on a path as far as, especially in the early years, just after obviously leaving school, struggling, wasn't obviously able to get a decent job just due to the fact that I didn't even have a diploma, to show that I finished school. Nonetheless, I worked in so many different things in life, and I messed up so bad. I mean, my father passed away when I was 8 years old. My mom was a teacher. She obviously, I grew up basically alone. I had a sister. Well, I still have a sister. She's 8 years older than I am, but she wasn't home. She was in boarding school. And I kind of was this rough and tough kind of individual, and I was heavily into the bodybuilding scene, and I kind of did everything you can imagine that you can do wrong. I did wrong. I got caught up in drugs. I left one job after another, always being dissatisfied, kind of being the worst employee ever. Or at least that's how I felt. I just had this whole thing about myself. Naturally, I started focusing on self-development and self-growth, and that changed my mindset. Now, I come from after I got married. I always had these things in my head of people always, throughout life telling me, I'll never amount to anything. I'll always battle. I'll work the low, well, not that there's low class, but I mean crap jobs, like pushing broomsticks around like I did, and never being able to fully look after a wife, and then obviously a child. We had our first child just a year after we got married, and then we really, things we struggled. If you watched the previous video, I mentioned in there that my mom, she passed away about 4 weeks just before we got married, which naturally, placed a whole damper on the whole wedding thing. So the reason I'm covering all this stuff is just so that you can, look at your own life and really think about things, that regardless of how messed up things are right now and have been in the past, it can change. You can change your whole world around you, but it is dependent on you changing it. It is dependent on you making a decision to commit to change, number one, personally, first. Personally meaning mentally. You need to focus on committing to spending time in self-development related stuff, self-growth stuff. I'm not saying go and become a, what's the word? The secret DVD fanatic, right? Because you can't sit and think yourself successful. You actually have to do some stuff, and it's not going to help you if you write out affirmations and you say that stuff to yourself in front of a mirror a million times a day. just spend time listening to people like myself that has already attained what you want to attain, which obviously you're here because you want to make money online and live the freedom. I mean, there's a lot of people making a lot of money everywhere, but they're slaves to their businesses. And I kind of, in the video I did before this one, I also spoke about that, you know, how people online that are making 20 grand plus per month are really still just slaves to their businesses because they don't have freedom. I mean, it's now 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I just decided to take out the bike and come and ride around a bit, kind of do this video, because another thing happened actually today. I've got this briefcase at home where I kind of put in all my financial statements and receipts and all sorts of stuff. So I was sorting that out today, and I came upon this card again. It's just this little blue little card, right? And let me just see if there's an English section on it. Yeah, all right. So the one section is Afrikaans, which is the language that I speak, and then obviously English. As you can see here, you should be able to see that, right? It says outpatient department. And here's another thing. You'll see that it says at the top, oh, sorry about that, it says V Coetzee, C-O-E-T-Z-E-E-E, right? That's my wife's maiden surname, maiden name, last name. And we were married for over a year, actually a couple of years, and we never even went, you know, and changed the name on a personal ID thing. So this V is for our daughter Valeska, which is our eldest child. And this outpatient thing was a time when we really struggled financially and didn't have any money, and we needed to take Valeska to the governmental hospitals, which really is crap in this country, right? You really want private medical aid, and usually people who are earning salaries and work for big companies, and obviously self-employed like myself, can obviously afford that stuff. But you kind of, you know, it's a scary thing. Kind of, you end up in a governmental hospital here in South Africa and you die because of it. All right, and that's no joke. It's just reality, unfortunately. And there's many places like this around the world. But nonetheless, this little card I found today again in that briefcase, and it just brought me back, you know, took me back to where we were once upon a time. And it feels like it as if it was yesterday. You know, I've been in this industry 9 years. I failed 3 years, and it's been now 6 years that I've started creating results in the first 6 years, and then consistently gaining and increasing my income to earning between 50 to 150,000 US, you know, on a monthly basis. And doing that without spending tons of money on traffic generation and getting bogged down with every single shiny object under the sun. Have I gotten involved in wasting my time and things? Yes, I have done that. We all do that. Unfortunately, it seems like it's a human tendency. But this is just proof, you know, of where we started and didn't have money. We didn't have money to look after our children, and not even talking about looking after ourselves. I couldn't buy food. My wife didn't have a work, you know, a job. We had family and friends buy us food. We had a house over our heads because my mom passed away and she finished paying the house and I got the house. So I was lucky in that regard, right? We had a house. We couldn't buy food. We couldn't pay electricity, you know, the water and light stuff. We had a car which was fully paid for, but no gas, right? It was standing in the garage. Couldn't drive anywhere. I couldn't even walk to a shop, cafe, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are from in this world. All right, and buy a chocolate for Valeska. So I remember this day we took her there. She had ear infection, and it was just insane. What she had to endure, what we had to endure, with me not being focused enough to pull up my pants, make the decision to commit and change myself, so that I can become more valuable and so that I can change my situation. Because you don't change a situation through joining a business opportunity or through learning to drive traffic. You change your situations by you changing first. It all starts here. It really all starts here. So I just want to share with you that regardless of who tells you what, regardless of people telling you you'll never amount to anything, you'll fail. And I've had successful people telling me that. I mean, people that were making like 20 grand a month, right? US. Not even speaking about family and friends. I'm just talking in general, you know. Sorry, there's just a fly around here. And naturally, I was believing them because my results proved it, right? You've heard me before. If you followed me, you would have heard me speak about results, and results being the mirror of you at that stage. But remember, you can change. You can change what that mirror reflects by just you focusing on changing. And the way you change it is by committing to a team, joining our business, listening to me, listening to people like me who have got the results to prove that they actually live in the lifestyle, not only preaching it, right? Because I'm sharing everything from the heart, guys. I come from a background where I really struggled, really battled, and I know how emotional it gets. I wanted to blow my brains out a number of times in life, and it's not worth it, right? So if you're sitting there feeling, yeah, my marriage is up to the wolves, it's going to crap, turning into crap. You're worried about debt and bills and finances, and you're looking at your children, you're wondering how you're going to look after them for the next month or the next year. I want you to understand that you just need to focus. Forget all the shiny objects. Forget the stuff that promises you online that you're going to make money easily, right? Because it's that stuff that keeps you from success. Money can come fast online, but you have to focus on it. Focus in one business, one opportunity, one traffic strategy. One group of individuals that you listen to, preferably people in your team in the business opportunity that you are involved in, right? And stay away from people that seemingly is promoting every freaking thing that pops up under the sun. It amazes me how people go to these high yield investment type programs, these easy money making things where you dump money into a program and you sit back and don't do anything, but yet you make money. And then they sponsor people into that, growing a little team there, and because everybody is making money because of a business that really doesn't take any skill to grow, they now seemingly have become the gurus, right? They feel as if they are the guys with that should get the attention. And you run after people like that, and it wastes your time, your money, your effort. It gets your husband or your wife even more mad because you're continuously spending stuff on crap and giving no results. So I'm talking about all these things because that's exactly what I've been through. All right? So I'm showing you this to just once again prove to you that this is where I started when I got married. Right? I'm not even talking about before that. All my addictions and all the crap that I've been through. This is where I started. And this bike I'm sitting on, as an example, something new that I purchased for the farm. It's 172,000 Rand, this bike. It's, what's that in dollar value? That is 16 something thousand, depending on the currency rate, the exchange rate, right? And I swiped that with a card, with a debit card, to purchase that in one go from our business that we're involved in. So even though you might think you can't do this and it'll take forever for things to change, I'm telling you that it can happen so fast you won't believe it. All you need to do is listen and focus. So below this video, you know, do me the favor and share your view on what you've heard and what you feel about your own situation, where you are now and where you're headed, because you have to have vision. And decide today to commit. Share this video, like it, put it on Facebook. If you found value in it, others will find value in it too. And that's what this industry is about. It's about providing value. And value isn't found in some secret traffic source somewhere or some secret business opportunity that only the gurus know about. Because I assure you that there's no magic somewhere. All the magic's inside of you. I look forward to reading your comments and replying to them and seeing you get into this information. Let's change your life together. I did it. You can do this, regardless of who tells you what. See you in the next video. Cheers.